There are lots of birds coming into gardens now, and you can hear them singing everywhere. Trouble is, sometimes when you hear a bird singing, it's not quite what you think it is. It might actually be another bird doing an imitation. And I'll show you a pretty incredible imitation now in a minute of two birds singing, and they're starlings. And starlings are incredible mimics. They can mimic telephones, they can mimic lawnmowers, and even car engines sometimes. But some of the calls they do, imitations of other birds, are so good you can't tell which is the real bird, even when you're very close. So it's really interesting, and you have to be careful that what you're hearing is actually what you think it is, and not a starling doing an imitation, or some other bird. Some other birds do imitations too. Two starlings, one of which is putting on a pretty impressive series of calls, including a buzzard. They're making that mournful whistling noise. There's the buzzard call. I like to incorporate lots of different calls. Now that's nice. That sounds like a swallow chortling that they're doing there. But they're actually doing a duet, which is very interesting. That's the buzzard call again. And that's the starlings making it. It's actually very hard to tell it apart from a real buzzard call. That sounds like a cuckoo. Sounded like an oyster catcher call. There's a buzzard again. Oh, the end of the concert. There's a blue tit, and in the background you can hear collared doves singing. And some jackdaws. And here's a robin singing. It is, of course, European robin. And I threw a little bit of breadcrumb up on the roof, and that's what he's actually after. See, birds will often watch other birds to make sure it's safe. There's a blackbird behind him. They're having a great time. It's, of course, New Year's Eve, so it's the middle of, well, it's early in winter, I suppose. It hasn't got very cold yet. 7 degrees Celsius today. You can hear dogs barking in the distance and cars, so you can't always hear the bird call very well. But a little bit of breadcrumb will bring birds into the garden. The more crummy the better, because rodents don't like it that way so much. Keeps them away.